I'm here with a dream, y'all. So in this dream, I was building like a little hangout for my son. So it was kind of like I had my little stuff together, you know what I'm saying? Had my own little house, my own little property, and I decided that I was gonna go and build my son kind of like a tree house, but it was more elaborate than that. Which, you know what I'm saying? I didn't kind of talk to my son about that. I'm gonna take a tradition that I learned in Jamaica, and when he get a certain age, his little clubhouse is gonna turn into his own little personal little man cave or whatever you want to call it. So I do, when I have all that together, I do intend on building him one big enough to where he got his little room. He got a little space where if he want to have friends over, he can have friends over. Kitchenette, restroom, you know what I'm saying? And so he can do his thing. Anywho, especially the way the economy is going, and if my generation got it hard, as a millennial, my generation got it hard. I cannot imagine what Gen Alpha is gonna have to deal with when as far as job security. You know what I'm saying? We already kind of financial crisis and housing and all that is just absolutely crazy right now. So anywho, with that being said, this is what I was doing in this dream. So I was building his little space. And while I'm doing this, I'm out in my own business. My ex called me out of nowhere. Somebody I haven't seen in years currently. And in this dream, you know what I'm saying, out of nowhere, asking me, trying to see what my progress is. And I let him know that I'm building my son's little, his little place. And I'm just about done. You know what I'm saying? I got it together. Everything is everything. And he replies to me telling me that he's building a Dexter's laboratory type vibe for himself. And I'm just like, okay, that's fine if that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing all that. I ain't doing all that. You can do your thing though. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's get into this message, okay? And I don't know who in the comments playing with me. I don't really feel like going through the comments and going back and forth with you. But baby, I am not concerned about what you talk about. Talk about somebody coming for me, okay? Okay, many have come and many have fallen. There have been so many attempts to take me up out of here, and they all fail. Okay, and you know what I'm saying? Ain't even a situation where it's just like what I'm saying, little fluke, baby. Y'all don't even understand. Y'all don't even understand, and some of you do because I talked about it. I done been poisoned, shot at. You know what I'm saying? All that and above. People that plotted and planned, tried to take me up out of here, put all kind of weapons in my face. I didn't been through so many things. So for you to try to tell me this person coming, that person coming, I went through gang stalking, all that. I ain't scared of nobody. Period. Anyways, the message, the scripture comes from Acts 23:7. And he, having spoken this, there came a dissension of the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Ironic. Okay. And the crowd was divided. So God said, you know what I'm saying? That's funny because what this person just said, what they just commented, okay, what the dream was actually about. And you know what I'm saying? What I just said, like, I just feel like for somebody, your progress, you know what I'm saying? You moving up in the world and everybody ain't gonna be happy about that. You gonna have some haters. You gonna have some haters. And I hear Cat Williams' voice where he say haters are your motivators. You gonna have some people that's not gonna be happy about you moving forward. You gonna have some people that's gonna feel some kind of way about you having a little progress. You gonna have some people that's gonna feel as though they gotta do this and they gotta do that and they gotta do all these things to try to dim your little light, knock you off your horse, and to shut your shine down. Just like in his dream, he talk about he finna build Dexter's laboratory. Well, do your thing then. I'm not building all that. I am not building all that. I'm not building all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm building something to where it's gonna be fly. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be nice. If he wanna bring some friends over, they gonna walk in and be like, okay, this, you know what I'm saying? Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? They, you know what I'm saying? Have him a little TV, little gamer situation going on. Have all the little PlayStations and Xbox or whatever it is that he decides that he gon', you know what I'm saying, whatever his thing is at that time, the little controllers, you know what I'm saying, all the little stuff, the little chairs and stuff, have a little area where he can put his snacks together. He want to pop some popcorn. He got his own little microwave, you know what I'm saying. He want to warm something up, have him a little fridge, and you know what I'm saying, his bed area, a restroom, so that he ain't got to go in and out the house. And that's that, you know what I'm saying? And we gonna call it a day. If he need more than that, you know what I'm saying? He can, you know, if we got enough space, he can build it. You know what I'm saying? Add on, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just being real. As far as, you know, Dexter's laboratory was absolutely like off the chain. And I'm just me, you know, me personally, I know I'm not finna do all that by myself. If he get big enough and he want me to help him, I got you. But me by myself, we not finna do that. Anyways, I just feel like somebody want to use any and everything they can to try to rain on your parade. They want to try to shut you down, tear you down. They poking at this, they poking at that. And in reality, you ain't even worried about them. You know what I'm saying? Just like the person that it was in his dream, somebody I don't even talk to, haven't thought about, talk to, none of that in years. Somebody I could care less what, you know, he got going on. It really ain't got nothing to do with me. I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? And I like, you know what I'm saying, the type of situation they call you and you like, who is this? Like, how did you even get my number? That voice person don't even got my dude though. Who is this? Like, baby, and I get it. Some people, they got too much time on their hands. You know what I'm saying? Instead of him carrying on building his little laboratory or whatever it is that he got going on, he's trying to call me and see what I'm doing. Leave me alone, okay? I'm doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like, even when I had it in my heart that I was gonna move off grid, get my own little space and build my little stuff up, I never had it to where I'm finna compete with everybody around me. I don't care what they got going on. I don't care how they did it. I like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping about, regardless if I go and get a house that's already made, somebody come out and build me a house, or I build my own house with my own two hands. I ain't tripping if it's a shed. I ain't sure, you know what I'm saying? It's not a situation where I gotta have everything bigger and better than such and such down the road. I'm not them. And I'm really not really concerned with what they got going on. Don't have no plans on going inside their house. I don't even got plans on going on their property. So why in the world would I be concerned about that? Anywho, I just feel like it's somebody, they feel like they want to be in competition with you. They always trying to be in competition with what you got going. They trying to see what you doing so they can do bigger and better. And they got to do bigger and better. Let me tell you about life and how me personally, I ain't tripping about doing everything exactly how I want it. I'm not stressing myself out trying to be better than this person up the road. That person, I don't care about that. I just want me to be happy and content. As long as I'm happy and content with my progress and whatever I got going on, that's the, you know what I'm saying? That's good with me. But the type of people that's always trying to compete, they ain't gonna never be happy. Because first of all, they wasn't happy when they saw what you was doing in the first place. It bothered them to such an extent that now they want to compare and contrast themselves and what they doing to what you got going on and what you doing. And now they looking at the differences and they saying they got to do better than this. Oh, you got 6 garden beds, they got to have 8. You got, you know what I'm saying, a little, medium-sized greenhouse, they got to have a big old giant greenhouse. And, oh, you doing this, that, and the third, they got to do this. Baby, you know what I'm saying, while you in your peace and happiness with the little stuff that you got going on, you happy with that, you content with that, you really could care less about what they doing. And guess what? Once they finish, whatever they feel like is just bigger and better, because that's going to help them to feel better. They going to look at you and notice that you have not even noticed them starting a project. You could care less about what they doing. They try to poke you and say, come see what I did. And you say, okay, that's nice. And you go back to what you got going on. You still as happy and peaceful as you possibly could be. They're going to be even more mad. Trying to figure out, okay, they didn't do it. That didn't make them jealous. That didn't make them angry. That didn't make them frustrated. They didn't do this, that, and the third that I thought they was going to do. But in reality, you not them. So you not looking at what they got going on and being so concerned about it. You not trying to get a house like this. You could care less about having a car like this. You could care less about your car being the same color as this. You could care less about whatever it is, having a man just like this or whatever it is they got going on. You're not even worried about that. You just doing your own little thing, staying in your lane. And they too focused and too concerned about trying to compare and contrast with you. That's just like, I'm thinking about like a football team. Let's say they have the theme is like a lion or something like that, and that's their mascot. And then they going against a team that, let's say, their mascot is like a cat or something like that, which is basically the same thing, but ignore that. We're gonna keep going. And the people that got the cat mascot, they say to one up on the line people, they gonna go ahead and have a cat that they gonna bring to all the games to walk around the game, and that's gonna do their thing, and they gonna outdo them because they just got somebody walk around in the cat suit. Meanwhile, the people that's in the line team is not concerned about this person with their little cat, because in reality, if they brought a real line to the game, they will shut the game down. They will have to hire somebody to handle the line. They will have to worry about the line feeling like it don't really want to be there no more. They will have to deal with feeding the line. They will have to find somebody to feed the line. Where are they gonna keep this line? I just feel like it's a situation where somebody is trying to, like, they keep on feeling like if they just one up you, and if they just do this, and if they just do that, that they gonna be able to beat you. But even when we come back to the situation, the scenario that I'm discussing, it don't mean just because they brought the cat to the actual game don't mean they gonna win. They too worried about bringing the cat to the game. The football team been slacking. And you know what I'm saying? They been playing all week. They haven't practiced once. They haven't put forth no real effort. They haven't, nobody threw a ball in all these days. Meanwhile, the line team, they've been practicing and practicing and practicing. They already know that such and such is going to get in a mascot costume and they going to do their little dance, and that's that. They not finna stress themselves about trying to go to a forest and find a line. They most so concerned about winning the game. God said it's no need for you to even worry about what this person talking about, what they doing. They trying to build this, they trying to do that. Don't nobody care. You do what you want to do that's going to keep you happy and content. And don't get yourself to a position to where you are allowing somebody else and how they feel and their opinion to distract you from what God told you to do. You know what I'm saying? And just like this scripture is saying, for somebody, you just gonna have to deal with this. This is something that, like, even when we think about in a time that Jesus walked this earth, he couldn't do nothing without the Pharisees being worried and concerned about who is he and what is he doing and why is he doing that. He wasn't bothering them. He ain't say nothing to them. It's not a situation where he was doing anything bad. He was helping people, but they were bothered anyway. And if they would go, they were so concerned and they were so stressed out about what Jesus Christ was doing. And he wasn't doing nothing but good. So even if you doing nothing but good and you really just minding your own business and you ain't bothering nobody, you doing exactly what God told you to do. Exactly the way he told you to do it. You can't be shocked, appalled, and be like, well, I don't understand why this person keep attacking me. Because they ain't got nothing else to do. They're miserable. And that's just what it is. They don't want to feel as though they being outshined. They too concerned about what you have going on. They too focused on you. And you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. And that's the message, y'all. Whoo, that's the message, y'all. And it don't have to be a situation where you keeping up with them and you constantly calling them and telling them what you're doing. It's some people, you can literally go years without talking to them and they still have all the tea on what you're doing. And you haven't talked to them in years. You haven't talked to them in years. You haven't called them. You haven't texted them. You didn't block them on all social media. But somehow, some way, they done came up with some kind of way to figure out what you got going on. God said some of them have resources. So maybe they calling people that you talk to, or they contacting people that you deal with, trying to figure out what you got going on. This is stalkerish behavior. But we gonna ignore that. But God says to somebody that cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. They can't just let bygones be. They can't let bygones be bygones. They got to keep on worrying about what you got going on. And they want to come after you for this. And they want to come after you for that. Okay, like this person talking about the cartel on their way. Baby, if they really sitting around worried about what I'm doing, preaching the word of God on YouTube, I'm shocked and appalled. I would think they have bigger fish to fry. But okay. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.